Hello mga kawamat. In this video lesson, we will discuss the different types of data. So at the end of this discussion, you should be able to first define data, second distinguish qualitative data from quantitative data, number three identify nominal, ordinal, discrete, and continuous data, number four classify data found in real life situation, and explain why identifying the correct type of data is important. So are all data the same? So for example, no, this is the situation. Suppose your class advisor collects the following information from your class. The academic strand, the, your preferred learning modality, your height, your number of siblings, daily allowance, your satisfaction rating, and the travel time from home to school. So, are all these pieces of information treated in the same way? Yes or no? The answer is no, 'di ba? Kasi iba-iba sila. Like for example, in academic slant, so may ano tayo, 'di ba? May mga pagpipilian tayo, may option and choices. But sa height, since measured ito, so magkaiba, no? Kumbaga, yung iba more on words, yung iba more on numbers. Like for example, yung daily allowance. So, ibibigay lang 100 pesos, 50 pesos. So, magkaiba sila, no? Magkaiba sila kung paano natin sila kinokolek. So, dito sa number of siblings, number lang na ibibigay sa'yo. Like for example, the travel time from home to school, no? Iba't ibang paraan ng pag-collect ng data ang gagawin natin sa mga ito. And this is an example of data. So ano ba yung tinatawag na data? Data are facts, observations, measurements, or information collected about people, objects, places, events, or situations. So, halimbawa ng data, learners test scores. So kapag kinuha yung mga result ng scores, favorite school subjects. So you can collect your we can collect no favorite school subjects. So, like for example, nag-survey ka nung lima mong kaklase, tinanong mo kung ano yung favorite subject nila. So pwedeng iba matang pipiliin, science, so depende, no? Next, daily attendance, student heights, mode of transportation, time spent time spent studying. So, yang mga yan ay halimbawa ng data. So, again, pag sinabi nating data, ito ay based on your observation, measurement, and other information to collect from objects, places, events, people, or situations. So, meron tayong dalawang major types ng data, the qualitative and quantitative data. So pag sinabi nating qualitative data, also called categorical data, it describe qualities, characteristics, labels, or categories. So madali tandaan yung qualitative data, no? So hindi siya more on numbers, no? Kasi ano siya, more in words, yung qualitative data. So, in qualitative data, it can be answered the question what kind, which category, what description. So, yan yung mga pwedeng sagutin, no? No, this is the following questions na para masabi na qualitative data. Okay? So, um what is your grade level? Grade 11 ba? Grade 12? Okay? So, what is your favorite subject, no? What is your favorite color? Yung mga ganyan. So that is under qualitative data. So ang qualitative data are divided into two. Meron tayong tinatawag na nominal and ordinal data. So pag sinabi nating nominal data, it consists of names, labels, or categories that do not have a natural or meaningful order. So pag nominal data, wala siyang order, no? Like for example, sa class officer, 'di ba, dapat nasa taas yung president, vice ang sa baba, secretary ang kasunod, o yung pababa, no? So, merong order. Okay, halimbawa sa sizes, merong small, medium, large, extra large. So, that is not a nominal data kasi kailangan wala siyang meaningful order. So, ang halimbawa ng nominal data, uh, academic strand. So, STEM, ABM, UMS, TVL. So, ito wala tong order. Hindi sila nirarank. 'Di ba? O na kailangan mauna yung STEM. Na kailangan laging una ang STEM or ABM or UMS. So, next, blood type. So, this is an example also of nominal data. Nini-name lang natin, no? So, blood type A, B, AB, or O. Mode of transportation. Okay, jeepney, bus, tricycle, or train. Barangay of residence. Favorite subject. Internet service provider, no? Ang dami na ngayong mga internet service provider. Kung dati meron PLDT lang, Globe, Smart. Okay, ngayon madami na, no? Meron ng mga Converge, ay, may mga ganyan na, no? Marami na. May dito. So, sobrang dami ng internet service provider. Aside from that, ano pa yung mga pwede nating ibigay as nominal data? So, pwede siya yung religion, no? Civil status, gender. No? This is an example of nominal data. Next. So, even if numbers are used as labels, the data may still be nominal. So, kagaya ng learner's identification number. So, halimbawa, yung LRN nyo. Okay, di ba yung LRN, sinusulat siya as number, pero yun ay for, ano lang, identify the learner, to identify the learner. So, yung SSS number, yung mga account number, yung savings account number nyo, yan ay nominal data pa din. Okay? So, yung LRN, student number nyo, yan ay halimbawa ng nominal data. So, kung may question, no, can the categories be arranged meaningfully from lowest to highest? If no, that data is nominal, no? Kung hindi siya naka-arrange, no? From lowest to highest, walang ranking, okay, walang order. So, ibig sabihin, yung data na yan ay nominal. Next is ordinal data. So when say ordinal data, it consists of categories that have a meaningful order or ranking. So ito yung kapag merong order, merong ranking. Ordinal data, no? Order, from the root word order. So the differences between consecutive categories cannot be measured precisely. So, ano yung mga example ng ordinal data? So, nandyan yung satisfaction level. So, very satisfied, satisfied. Okay, very satisfactory, satisfactory, unsatisfactory. So, may level, may order, no? Yung satisfaction level. Performance rating, no? From beginning to advance. Contest placement, no? Yung mga um, winnings, no? May first, second, third, minsan champion, first place, second place. So yan ay ordinal data. Shirt size, small to extra large. Agreement level, strongly disagree, agree, strongly disagree, or strongly agree. Okay? May mga ganyan, no? Socioeconomics classification. You are belong to lower class or in the middle class. Okay, yung mga ganyan, no? So that's an example of ordinal data. So the important note of ordinal data, so the ordinal data show position or rank. So, pwede dito, iba pa mga halimbawa, yung mga military rank, no? Dito, so, yung position, no? Yan, halimbawa sa teacher position, teacher 1, teacher 2, teacher 3, master teacher 1, master teacher 2, yung mga ganyan, no? So, yung mga position. Even yung sa government, no? Yung president, vice president, ganyan. So, a learner rank first perform better than one rank second, but the ranking alone does not show the point difference. So, kapag yung question, can the categories be arranged in a meaningful order? Ang sagot natin dyan ay kapag yes, so ibig sabihin that data is ordinal. So, ordinal. Tatandaan nyo lang, no? Kapag ordinal, meron siyang order or ranking. Next is the quantitative data. So again, under qualitative data, meron tayong nominal data and ordinal data. So proceed tayo sa quantitative data. So pag sinabi natin quantitative data, also called numerical data, represent quantities that can be counted or measured. So ito naman more on numbers. Okay, may mga numerical values siya. Unlike sa qualitative na more on words, no? Okay, kakategorize mo lang, ini-name mo lang siya, i-label mo. Pero dito, may numerical data, no? Kailangan naka-count na may measured. So, ano yung halimbawa ng mga quantitative data? So, ito yung mga tanong, no, na pwedeng sagot para ma-identify natin, na ito ay quantitative data. So, how many? Ilan, di ba? So, ilan kayo magkapatid? That is quantitative data. So, ilan ang nakuha mong score sa exam? Okay. Ano ang average mo, no? Okay. So, mga ganyan. How much? Magkano? Okay. So, yan ay quantitative data. How long? So, may measurement, no? How heavy? How far? Distance? Okay, so yung mga ganyan na question, pasok yan no, under quantitative data. So, ang quantitative data ay divided then into two, the discrete and continuous data. So, pag sinabi natin discrete, data are numerical values obtained by counting. So, kaya mo siyang bilangin, no? They usually take separate distinct values, and commonly whole numbers. So, kapag discrete, talagang madalas whole number siya, no? So, hindi man lahat pero halos, no? Na whole number yung discrete data. And then, ang palatandaan mo dito, kapag ang binigay sa inyo, may word na number. Sabi, number of classroom, number of doors. So, may word na number. So, ibig sabihin na bilang na, no? Okay, bibilangin. So, yan ay discrete data. So, ano yung mga halimbawa ng discrete? Number of learners in a classroom, number of siblings, number of books borrowed, number of correct answers, and number of absences, and number of gadgets at home. So yan, no, that is an example of discrete data. So number of customers in the store. So ang example, no, iba pa example, a family may have 2, 3 or more children. Kapag ang tanong ay how many siblings, no? It cannot normally have 2.5 children. No? Wala naman talaga. Ano yung 0.5? Kalahating tao. So, kapag pinag-uusapan, di ba? So, dapat whole number siya. Therefore, the number of children is discrete data. So, if the value obtained by counting, if the answer is yes, okay, is the value obtained by counting? If the answer is yes, the data are usually discrete. Okay, the second type of quantitative data is continuous data. So, continuous data are numerical values obtained by measuring. So, they can take any value within a given interval. So, including decimals and fractions. So, opposite siya dun sa discrete kasi yung discrete class, more on whole numbers. So, ito naman, may interval including decimals and fractions. So halimbawa, height of a learner. So ang height of a learner, di pwede whole number lagi, di ba? So hindi pwede. Body temperature. Okay, hindi yan whole number lang. Okay? Next, travel time. So iba-iba yung travel time. Hindi lang lagi 1 hour, 2 hours, no. 1 hour, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 25 minutes. Distance from home to school. Weight of a bag. Amount of rainfall. Volume of water. So, pwede nyo pang gawing sample dyan, yung distance. Okay? Yung distance ng bahay sa ay diyan, nandito na, no? Yung distance ng Manila to Baguio. Mga ganyan. Ano pang pwede natin ilagay sa continuous data? Ascent from height, weight, temperature, ano pa? O, halimbawa, yung area, no? Yung square area, no? Ng isang bahay. Kung gaano kalaki o yung laki ng lupa. Okay? Ano pa? Aside from area, mm, pwede kayo magbigay pa, no? Marami. Pwede kayong, halimbawa, yung length ng lapis. Ayan. So, that's the example of continuous data. So, ang pinagkaiba lang ng discrete, ito lang tatandaan nyo kapag discrete, countable. Okay, more on whole number siya. Pag continuous, siya ay, meron siyang interval, including the decimals and fractions. So, halimbawa, a learner's height. So, maybe 160 centimeters, 160.5, pwede rin 160.52 centimeters. So, the measurement can become more precise depending on the instrument used. So, therefore, height is continuous data. So, is the value obtained by measuring? If the answer is yes, the data are usually continuous. So, to sum up, okay, to sum up, so we have two major types of data, the qualitative and quantitative. So under qualitative, we have nominal. So ang nominal ay categories without order. So ano mga example? Blood type, strand, religion. So kapag ordinal naman, categories with meaningful order. So may order, may ranking. Halimbawa, satisfaction, rank, performance level. So ang another major type of data is quantitative. So, in quantitative, meron tayong discrete. So, ang discrete is numerical data obtained by counting. Halimbawa, siblings, absences, books. Pag continuous naman, numerical data obtained by measuring. So, height, weight, time, temperature. So, yan no, to summarize our discussion today. So, merong steps in identifying the type of data. First, determine whether the data are categorical or numerical. So, quality, label, or category, qualitative yan. Amount, count, or measurement, quantitative yan. So, yun na, tandaan niyo yan, no? Number two, if the data are qualitative, check whether the categories have any order. So kapag walang order, nominal. Kapag meron, ordinal. So if the data are quantitative, determine how the values are obtained. Kapag by counting, discrete, by measuring, continuous. So that is the steps in identifying the type of data. So example 1, academic strand. So the situation, a teacher records whether its learner belongs to STEM, ABM, UMS, or TVL. So anong analysis natin dyan? The values are categories, okay? The categories do not have a natural order. So therefore, based on the analysis, that this is an example of qualitative and nominal. Kasi wala namang order. Bakit nga ulit nominal? Walang order. So, ibig sabihin, hindi sila nirarank. Okay, na hindi kailangan na una lagi ang stem. So, pwede naman lagi, walang order sa kanila, no? Okay, so pantay-pantay lang sila. Okay, our answer is qualitative nominal. Pangalawa, Mathematics performance level. So, ang situation dito, learners are classified as beginning, developing, proficient, or advanced. So, the analysis, the values are categories. So, categories din, ika-categorize. So, the categories have a meaningful order. Yes, kapag merong meaningful order ulit, that is ordinal. Pero ang situation natin is an example of qualitative. Okay, so qualitative siya, tapos ordinal. Okay, for example, 3. Ayan, nabigay na yung sagot. A learners obtain 17 correct answer in a 20-item test. So, yung analysis natin, correct, the values numerical, correct answer are counted. The possible values are distinct whole number. Kasi wala namang, halimbawa, kung 20-item test, walang magsasabi na 1.3 or 5.6, di ba? Walang ganon. So therefore, this is an example of quantitative discrete kasi wala namang order. Okay, for example, number 4, time spent answering a test. So the situation, a learner completes a test in 24.6 minutes. So the value is numerical. So ang analysis natin, time is measured and it may be include decimals. So this is an example of quantitative continuous data. Next, situation, a basketball player wears jersey number 12. So analysis, the number does not represent an amount or measurement. It is used only as a label. Qualitative or nominal. So, qualitative siya and nominal ang sagot. So, the numerical values are not always quantitative. So, remember, numbers may be used only as labels, kagaya ng LRN. So, halimbawa, student identification number, telephone number, house number, postal code, and jersey number. So, yun po ang susundin natin, no? So, yan ang mga halimbawa, no, ng numerical values are not always quantitative. So, kasi yung student identification number, that is qualitative. Okay? Qualitative siya. So, it's not meaning, excuse me. It is not meaningful to add or average these numbers. So, bakit? Therefore, they are nominal data. Next, ordinal data do not show equal differences. So, halimbawa, satisfaction rating of 4 is higher than a rating of 3. However, the difference between rating 4 and 3 may not be exactly the same as the difference between rating 3 and 2. So, the ordinal data show order or rank, not equal measurable intervals. So, higher rank is not equal to equal numerical difference. Next, whole numbers are not automatically discrete. So, a measurement may be recorded as a whole number because it was rounded. But for example, a learner's height is recorded as 165 centimeters. The actual height could have been 164.8 centimeters or 165.2 centimeters. So height still continues because it is obtained by measuring. So remember, classify the data based on how the value is obtained, not simply on how the number is written. So common misconception, all data written as number as quantitative. So hindi lahat kasi yung sa tulay, no? Identification numbers and telephones numbers are nominal because they are labels. So, all data written as numbers. So, kagaya ng student, LRN number nyo, telephone, sinusulat natin as number. So, dahil number sila, iisipin nyo na sila ay quantitative. So, hindi sila quantitative, no? So, yung mga yan ay, yung mga yan, ini-name natin, our basis is the, what? Okay, yung mga labels, no? Yung mga labels. Number 2, all qualitative data are nominal. So, another misconception to, no? So kapag na qualitative data, akala mo nominal na siya. So titingnan mo muna May order ba? Walang order. So, may order or may ranking. So, ang nominal, ordinal yon, hindi siya nominal. Okay? So, hindi lahat ng qualitative data are nominal. So, incorrect. Quantitative data can be numeral or ordinal. Okay, so pwede, no? Qualitative data can be nominal or ordinals. For number three misconception, a whole number data are discrete. No? Yung sabi kanina, most, no, of the data collected under quantitative and discrete is, well, kailan pa darating, no? So, ibig sabihin, kapag whole number, not automatic na yan ay, discrete. Okay, na hindi lahat. So, determine whether the value was counted or measured. So, titingnan mo kung yan ay discrete or continuous. Next, misconception. Ranking show exact differences. So, incorrect because ranking indicate order but do not show the size of the differences. And last, continuous data must always contain decimals. Yes, a measurement treated as a whole number remain continuous. Okay, so pwede nyo i-try itong seat work natin. Okay, sagutan nyo na lang dyan sa bahay nyo as your practice exercises. Okay?